Let's be real. Digger, once you hit 50 M's, yeah, you might be able to get away with more things. But right now, nah, bro. This is a reality check. The main reason he's successful, the reason he has millions, is because of the work he's put in. And now, instead of enjoying the fruits of his labor, he's sitting in a prison cell. It's frustrating because Digger D isn't just some random guy who got caught up in crime. He's one of the biggest names in UK drill. A kid from Ladbroke Grove who made it out, or at least was supposed to. Now he's in jail. Again. People want to make this a simple case of he's just another rapper caught up in the streets, but that's lazy thinking. If you really look into his background, you'll understand why he ended up in this situation. Digger D, real name Rhys Herbert, grew up in West London in an environment where crime and gang activity were just part of daily life. He was part of the CGM, formerly Town 11, crew from young. And let's be real, when you grow up in an environment like that, where poverty, crime, and gang culture are all around you, it's not as easy as just making a choice to stay out of trouble. A lot of these kids don't even see another path. From early on, he was dealing with constant police attention, stop and searches, and harassment. The Metropolitan Police banned him and his crew from making certain kinds of music, literally putting restrictions on what they could say in their lyrics. Imagine being a musician and having a court tell you you can't rap about your real life. That level of censorship was unheard of, and it only fueled the rebellious energy in him. On top of that, childhood trauma plays a role in shaping the decisions people make. If you've grown up around violence, loss, and instability, your brain is wired to survive first, thrive second. There's a reason why, despite the money, the fame, and the opportunities, Digger couldn't leave that lifestyle behind. The past was always chasing him, and like they say, your past always catches up to you. The moment it all went wrong, Digger was arrested on Instagram Live, literally in front of his fans, on February 21st, 2024. The charge? Supplying 45 kilograms of cannabis. And I know some people will say, it's just weed, but that amount? That's not personal use. That's full-scale distribution. The prosecution claimed he was involved in commercial-level drug dealing, possibly moving up to 60 kilograms. His defense denied this, saying he wasn't as deeply involved as they were making it seem, but the Newton hearing in December 2023 ruled otherwise. The judge, Simon Hurst, determined that he played a significant role in supplying cannabis and expected major financial gain. What's crazy is this: Digger didn't need the money. This wasn't a broke, struggling artist trying to make ends meet. This was a guy who had millions, had charting albums, and had already beaten the system. So why go back? That's what makes this so frustrating. It's like watching someone win the lottery and then throw the money away. Before all this, Digger was winning. He wasn't just any drill rapper, he was one of the most influential artists in the UK scene. His mixtape Made in the Pyrex 2021 was the highest charting independent UK drill project ever at the time. His 2022 album, Naughty by Nature, hit #1 on the UK official albums chart. He had multiple songs go viral, racking up millions of streams. His track Wasted with RD was a UK hit. He had been nominated for MOBO Awards, and his name was even getting recognition on an international level. He had everything in front of him. So why risk it all? That's where the cycle of trauma comes in. Some people, no matter how much success they achieve, feel like they can't escape their past. Digger D had already been in and out of jail, served time in youth detention, and fought off attempts on his life. When you grow up in a world where you're constantly watching your back, it's hard to just turn it off once you get famous. And let's not forget, he still had real beef in the streets. People wanted him dead. And when you live in a constant state of paranoia, you make irrational decisions. Maybe he saw the drug money as a way to keep up security or fund people around him. Maybe he just couldn't shake the mentality he grew up with. Either way, he's back in a cell. The impact of his arrest. What happens now? Digger's solicitor tried to argue that he wasn't a danger to the public, but rather a contributor to society through his music. And while there's some truth to that, it doesn't change the fact that he's got a long criminal record and was caught moving serious weight. His sentence? 3 years and 11 months. But because he's been on remand since February 2024, he might be out in just over a year. Maybe even less, thanks to early release schemes. But given his history, the system might make him serve longer. What's wild is that even after all this, his career isn't over. Digger has that kind of loyal fan base where, when he comes out, he'll still have people waiting on him. But the question is, will he be able to stay out of trouble this time? Final thoughts. A lesson for everyone. Watching this whole situation unfold is disheartening. We've seen it too many times. Young black men with talent, intelligence, and charisma thrown into the system because they couldn't leave the streets behind. Digger had everything, but now he's sitting in a cell wasting time. And for what? This is why I always say, use your energy wisely. You might look at a rapper like Digger D and think, man, I wish I had his life. But do you? Because right now, his life is locked doors, prison food, and wasted potential. At the end of the day, I hope he learns from this. I hope he gets out, refocuses, and actually enjoys the success he worked so hard for. But as we've seen before, old habits die hard. Digger D, the choice is yours, bro.